It's not every day you get an opportunity to be a part of something that's contributing to the history of the football team that you support.
For me, it combines two passions, my football club and my area of work. So I'm working in the design and brand management industry.
Giving a bit back to the fans in a sense of a badge of their choice and our choice.
I wanted to be that person, I wanted to be part of the destiny.
I wanted to be part of the panel really, not just to represent myself, but to represent my family, because my father's been a fan of Hull City since he was 11 years old.
The process of developing the new identity was really collaborative. There were supporters inputting into the process before we got involved. We had supporters involved as part of the team that worked on the final identity.
It was quite refreshing to see that there was such a large spread of members in ages, in how long they'd supported the club.
A lot of people and a lot of factors have come together to make it a success. From the beginning, when we first arrived, it was a bit about the heritage and the badge, our history.
For those of us who hadn't done our homework before, we were introduced to all of the crests going right back to 1904.
Based on the feedback that was put out there in the questionnaire, the design team at Hull City kind of came up with different creative concepts, loads of different designs.
So the first one was a kind of, here is everything that we could possibly do.
And taking into account obviously the fan base's suggestions.
Choosing the shape of the crest really, and then from that point it was putting everything else into place.
The tiger, the wording, the lettering.
Kind of chose which bits we liked and which bits we didn't like, and kind of honed it down through that really.
When we came back together again the second time, what we'd more or less done was had 3 or 4 shortlisted favourites.
The designer had taken on board of all of our feedback and came up with a short list of 3 ideas for which we was able to see in situ across the stadium, on the flags, on screens.
Obviously picking it on a small board is easier than going and seeing it on the screens around the ground and stuff like that. So the second one I think was really important.
It was quite an easy decision in the end, but then we just tweaked the final things, you know, with maybe the font being a little bit larger or something moving more central.
Going down to the training ground was amazing, and it's great to see the players working together as a team.
It was absolutely incredible to see what goes on behind the scenes.
Nigel was very welcoming and talked us through all of the work they were doing, so it was a lovely experience.
But it was good just to see him involved with the fans and getting to chat about things behind what they normally don't see.
Everybody buys into the crest, everybody wears it and is proud of it.
It's part of especially the tiger, it's almost iconic. I think a club's crest is always important. It's always important to a club, but I think with this one so defined as the Hull City one, it's really important.
It's part of our identity, our history and our heritage.
The fans have to relate to it, they have to like it because it's a part of the club that they support, and being an ex-player, it's something that you look at and you wear on your shirt with pride.
I'm ecstatic with it, to be fair, and I think everybody else will like it.
I love it. It's fresh, it's new, it's improved, and mainly it takes us back to being Hull City.
I think when we saw it there in front of us, everybody was absolutely delighted.
I think it's a perfect balance between kind of more modern, a bit more creative, but sticking to the core values of what the crest was all about.
It's what we all wanted, what we was all shouting for, and what we've got.